What's up, everyone? This is Kenny here from Property Stories. So today I want to talk to you about the different real estate agents you meet throughout your life. Okay, whether you are buyer, seller, or tenant, you will meet this kind of real estate agents one. So even your friends also sometimes do you find like, hey bro, you real estate agent, right? Do you want to rent out my property? Then your friend will tell you, sorry bro, I don't cover that area. Or you talk to some of these agents, then the agents will tell you, oh sorry, I only do under construction properties. I don't do sub-sales. And you meet sub-sales, oh I only do sub-sales. And then you meet someone, oh actually houses I don't do. I only do shop lots. And then there's one more level, I only do land, industrial properties. I sell large properties, warehouse, factories, large land. So there's many types of agents, okay? But most of us will just encounter the ones that I mentioned, residential agents, the ones that do residential properties. You talk about rental, you ask the agent, oh, actually I want the rental in this space, this condo A, example. Condo A, I see it not suitable. Do you have any others? Oh, okay, I got condo A, B, C. Do you have D, E, F? Or actually, I don't cover D, E, F. So there's so many types of agents out there, right? Because every agent, right, is actually an entrepreneur by themselves. Okay, so they choose how they want to do the business. That is a norm as you enter the real estate industry, as you get further down the road in the industry. But at the end of the day, right, if you boil it down to transaction, you will notice that there's only two types of agents because a transaction has two parties. If you are talking about sale, you have a buyer, you have a seller. So two parties, all right? So you're talking about rental, you have a landlord, you have the tenant. Two parties. That's all. Okay? So the agents will, no matter what they do, they fall in these two categories. Let's just talk about the sale. Buyer agent, who will deal with the buyer. Okay. Usually these agents are buyer specialists. They will take the responsibility of meeting up with the buyer and then find out what the buyer needs. The fact finding, everything. Then they will hunt for the buyer. Okay. They will go in and negotiate with the other agents. That means they will definitely co-broke because they got no listing one. These agents do not have listings, but they do have buyers and tenants. This is one side. For rental, it's more straightforward. Usually tenant and landlord is one agent, all done. Okay. But when it comes to buy and sell, the process is is longer and it's more complicated. And the sum is also bigger. I mean, if it's a sale, the sum is bigger. So it can sell faster, both people share. Two agents will work together to co-agency, or you call it, your term you will know is co-broke. Okay. So having said that, we talk about the buy and sell transaction, a sale. So now you know there's a buyer agent, right? So conversely, on the other side, there's a seller agent. In real estate term, we call this the listing agent. Okay, listing agent here means they deal with the seller. Yeah, okay. They represent the seller. Any agents come and say want to co-broke, then they represent the seller. The agent will represent the buyer. Another agent will represent buyer. Or sometimes if you get the buyer, then they represent both lah. Okay. So that is why sometimes when you ask, then your friends will say, oh sorry, I don't cover the area. Or sorry, if you want to buy property, usually I deal with sellers only. So this is the area that I deal with. I don't deal with buyers. Okay. But they can of course refer you to a buyer agent. So what's the logic? Why must have both sides, seller and buyer? Is the seller agent, right, is the one that is concentrating on the sale. Basically, what they are doing here is that they're trying to find a buyer for that properties that they have. So it makes the specialization, the focus easier. And if as a listing agent, you have the advantage of control. from a business perspective, you have the advantage of control because the listing is in your hand, so you choose who you want to sell to, who you want to work with, which agent you want to work with. That's what it means, okay, for the real estate agent. For the buyers, it's also the same. Okay, for example, you come into one place, one whole row of houses. Then suddenly you see this agent, never know the whole taman, or the whole condo, all the owners want to sell, all he knows, all he or she knows. So definitely you will deal with that one agent, because that agent has the most listings in hand, the most units to show you, okay, the most choices for you. That's why you'll be dealing with that agent. So that's why the seller or the listing agent usually has more control over the deal. So that's it for the explanation. So remember, there's only two types of agent out there. It all boils down to two types: the listing agent or the seller agent, and the buyer agent. Okay, so I hope this will help you to understand why sometimes when you ask, then the agent will say, oh, sorry, I only cover this, I only do this, I only do that. All right, this is Kenny here from Property Stories, and I'll see you again next video. Bye bye.